In 1683, Europe stood on the brink of catastrophe. The mighty Ottoman Empire, which had been steadily pushing its forces westward, was now knocking on the door of Vienna, one of the last major Christian strongholds in Eastern Europe. At the head of this colossal invasion was Grand Vizier Kara Mustafa, leading an army of over 150,000 men. Vienna, the capital of the Holy Roman Empire, was to be the jewel in the crown of the Ottoman Empire. If the city fell, the rest of Europe would surely follow. The Ottoman forces laid siege to the city, confident that victory was within their grasp. But what they didn't anticipate was a secret weapon, one that would turn the tide of history and leave the Ottoman Empire reeling. For days, the Ottomans bombarded the city, cutting off supplies and hope. But Vienna was not ready to surrender. The people inside the city were determined, and they had one crucial factor on their side, a powerful alliance that would change the course of the war. On the 12th of September, 1683, a relief army of Christian forces, led by the Polish king, Jan III Sobieski, would arrive with an unexpected weapon that would not only break the siege but destroy the Ottoman army and change the fate of Europe forever. This was the weapon that would shatter the might of the Ottomans. But what was it? Was it the skill of the soldiers? The strength of the leadership? Or something much more unexpected? Stick around as we explore the Battle of Vienna, where one surprising force would bring down the Ottomans and change the course of history. The next part of this story changes everything, so subscribe, and now let's move on to the day when the Ottoman army, led by Kara Mustafa, arrived outside Vienna in late July 1683. With their superior numbers, they quickly encircled the city. The Ottomans had laid siege to Vienna before, but this time they came prepared with massive artillery pieces and military strategies designed to force the city's surrender. Kara Mustafa's forces, which included soldiers from various parts of the Ottoman Empire, set up camp around Vienna and immediately began bombarding the city's walls with enormous cannons. The city's defenses were strong, but the Ottoman forces had an overwhelming advantage in firepower. Day after day, the Ottomans continued their assault, pounding the city's walls and cutting off its food and water supplies. The situation inside Vienna grew desperate. The defenders, led by the city's governor, Count Ernst Rudiger von Starhemberg, knew they were fighting for their survival. However, Vienna was not alone. A small group of diplomats had already begun to send messages throughout Europe calling for help. The Holy Roman Empire's Emperor Leopold I was in exile, but he was quick to recognize the danger and sought help from Christian allies across Europe. King John III Sobieski of Poland was one of the first to respond. Despite the vast distance between Poland and Vienna, Sobieski saw the strategic importance of Vienna's survival, not only for the safety of Europe but for the defense of Christianity itself. A decisive victory at Vienna would shift the balance of power in Europe and stall the Ottoman Empire's westward advance. The relief force would be Sobieski's key to victory, but little did the Ottomans know that a secret weapon would accompany this army, one that would soon leave their massive force shattered and defeated. As the siege dragged on, the situation inside Vienna became increasingly dire. The city was on the brink of starvation, and the defenders were weary. Yet the call for help had not gone unanswered. In early September, Sobieski, the Polish king, and his relief army, consisting of Polish, German, and Austrian troops, began their march toward Vienna. The march was grueling, but Sobieski was determined to break the siege. The Ottoman forces, meanwhile, grew complacent. Kara Mustafa, believing that the city would soon fall, had underestimated the strength and determination of the relief force. He did not anticipate that Sobieski's army, though smaller, would arrive so quickly or with such force. The Ottomans were expecting a long campaign, not a sudden, fierce counterattack. The Battle of Vienna began on the morning of September 12, 1683, and the scene that unfolded was nothing short of extraordinary. Kara Mustafa's army, still besieging Vienna, had no idea that they were about to face one of the most decisive cavalry charges in military history. The winged Hussars, under the command of Sobieski, prepared for their charge, each soldier mounted on a powerful steed, armed with a long lance and a terrifying reputation. Sobieski's army advanced towards the Ottomans in a series of coordinated maneuvers. The Ottomans, distracted by the sudden appearance of the relief force, failed to react quickly enough. But it was the cavalry that proved to be the game-changer. The winged Hussars, with their distinctive wings strapped to their backs, charged down the slopes of the Kahlenberg mountain toward the Ottoman forces in one of the most powerful cavalry charges ever recorded. The Battle of Vienna was a turning point in European history. The defeat of Kara Mustafa's forces not only saved Vienna, but also marked the beginning of the decline of the Ottoman Empire in Europe. The Ottomans, once feared as an unstoppable force, were now on the defensive, and their attempts to expand further into Europe were thwarted. The victory had profound political, cultural, and religious significance. For King Jan III Sobieski, the victory was a triumph that elevated his status in Europe. He was hailed as the savior of Vienna, and his name became synonymous with courage and leadership. The success of the relief army was also a testament to the power of alliances. Sobieski's coalition of Polish, Austrian, and German forces demonstrated the strength of Christian unity against the Ottoman threat. The winged Hussars, who had played a crucial role in the victory, became legends in their own right. Their bravery, skill, and psychological impact on the battlefield were celebrated across Europe, and their tactics would be studied by military leaders for centuries to come. The charge at Vienna was not just a cavalry charge, it was a symbol of resistance, of European determination to defend its borders and its culture. For the Ottomans, the Battle of Vienna was a humiliating defeat. Kara Mustafa was eventually executed for his failure, and the Ottomans would never again pose the same level of threat to Europe. The Battle of Vienna, and the secret weapon of the winged Hussars, would forever be etched in the annals of military history as a victory of courage, tactics, and psychological warfare. The Battle of Vienna was not just a military victory, it was a turning point that shaped the course of history. The Ottomans, once unstoppable, were forced to retreat, and their dreams of conquering Europe were dashed forever. The secret weapon, the charge of the winged Hussars, was the key to this stunning victory. With their unmatched bravery, psychological impact, and military prowess, the Hussars proved that sometimes the most surprising forces can turn the tide of battle. Vienna was saved, and the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe came to an end. The Battle of Vienna stands as a testament to the power of unity, strategy, and the unexpected forces that can change the course of history. The winged Hussars remain one of the most legendary cavalry units in military history, and their charge at Vienna remains a symbol of the power of courage and the will to defend one's homeland.